this. And as Blair said, a lot of the candidates are putting a lot of information out on social media, and you can find out about them there. So one of the first things that I want to put into the chat, and I'm going to be doing two things at once, which I can barely do one thing at once. But this is the link to join us tomorrow at 6 for the candidate forum. And I know that the information for this, that there's a flyer that's been going out around it. I don't have a lot of information about outreach because as a candidate, I'm not allowed to get involved with any of that. We have non-candidates handling it. But I do know that there are flyers out there on the various social media, and that this is how you would get onto the forum tomorrow night to see what the candidates have to say. There's not much more information. I am going to put these links up there and the deadlines, and so that everyone can have those. And then,
if I can ask a question, because I know that it's a little bit more detailed than even other elections in terms of, proof of residence or proof of work. What types of things do people need? Because you can't just sign up with your name and address where you want to receive a ballot. You have to have
right. Well, that's one of the documents that I have put into the chat. It's a required documentation to enroll for a ballot, and the best way to find out exactly what you need to do is to see this particular document, which has been prepared by the city clerk's office. I will say this, it's much easier for residents, and I am assuming that most of the people here are residents. You need to be able to show a picture ID to prove that you're over 16 or 16 or over, and to show that if you're a resident, to show that you live in the area. Now, for people who work or own property, it's a little different. A current driver's license does all of that and makes it very simple.
And then are there only pre-selected questions for tomorrow night, or can people ask a question in real time?
I have no idea. Again, as a candidate, I have nothing to do with the preparation of that. Sorry.
No. Does anybody have any other questions about the process of registering to vote for the election? Any other details? It seems pretty clear on how to see tomorrow night, and that'll be an opportunity to engage more with the candidates. And then, okay. Well, thank you, Patti, for stepping in and
it's a pleasure to be talking again, to have these resident nights happening again.
Yeah.
Hopefully outdoors soon, and then go from there. But thanks, Blair. Thank you to the bid for everything you do.
Thank you. Okay. Oh, now all of a sudden there's questions. Okay. Hopefully Patty's still on the call and she can at least type in.
I'm still here. Did you get it?
Yes. So hang on, let me move this out of the way. Where's the Zoom link? It doesn't look like it's a Zoom link. I don't know. It's a link to the forum through, it's not a Zoom link, right, Patti? If somebody wants to find out how to connect tomorrow, is it pretty simple through the link that you put in the
link that I put on there is the one I have been given for people to get on. And I think it's another format other than Zoom, but I'm not 100% sure about that.
And then is it going to be put on the DLANC calendar, because it's not on there right now, apparently?
We have an elections page on the calendar. If you go to DLANC.com, you'll find it in the top at the where all the menu items are. You go to election and you'll find a whole bunch of links to various things.
Okay. Who is the non-candidate responsible for outreach for this event? I think, is that through the neighborhood empowerment? Are they doing
there are people working on it, and I am not working on it. So as a candidate, it would be inappropriate for me to have information on any of this.
Okay. I guess the most important thing is if you want to participate and see the candidates answer questions and speak and get a better feel for who they are, you would attend the event tomorrow.
Right. Tonight, the only thing that I feel comfortable to discuss it all are the bones of how you get everything done, so.
Okay. All right, thank you. Okay, and we did have one other question in the chat regarding.
I mean, the link that she put leads to a Facebook event. And that's where all the information is.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. Well, I've lost the question. Sorry, guys, we're just filling a bunch of questions now. There was one last question that I wanted to answer, but I can't locate it now. If anybody wants to raise hand, because I think it sounded like it was a TIA question or a public safety question. If not, you can always follow up with us at a later time. Oh yeah, it was, are there more police tasked to curtail the drag racing that's going on? That's a special division through LAPD, and I believe that they are targeting the street racing, and they are impounding vehicles, but you know, there's a lot of that going on, so I can imagine that they kind of stay on top of it, but it is an issue. It's an ongoing issue that they're completely aware of, especially in downtown. I really appreciate you guys attending tonight. This is our first virtual resident night, and I'm really happy that we had so many people participating, and I hope you'll participate in the neighborhood council elections and feel comfortable reaching out to us with questions or any comments, and we will be basically holding these once a month, and I'll try to have somebody for you that can answer questions or offer a presentation that's relevant to the neighborhood that we've been getting a lot of feedback on, you know, just concerns or questions or maybe just interest in the neighborhood. And thank you guys very much for participating. Does anybody have anything else to add? There's so many people that we have to kind of limit how it's done, but if you raise your hand, I can unmute you. Ceci.
Hi, Blair.
Hi.
I haven't talked to you in a long time.
I know.
So there is a Facebook page, the Downtown Los Angeles Neighborhood Council, and it does have information about it. And I posted in the chat the link, which allows you to register for the event and also to submit questions for the event.
Oh, great. Okay. Let's see where that is.
So I posted, you have to register to attend, and then there's a little link there, it's a bit.ly. And then I also posted right underneath that the Facebook page for the that shows the virtual candidate forum that has.
Okay, so if everybody can scroll down, if you're able to see the chat, it says Ceci to panelists. There's, pardon? Okay, so then we'll repost that Facebook where you can register for the event. And then the link to register to vote. Great, thank you for putting that in for attendees too. Thanks. Okay. It's not a registration form, it's just a questions submission Google form. Are you talking about the... Yeah, I think it's in there. That should be the login to vote. If you already are registered for the neighborhood council elections, you might be able to find your information. Otherwise, you just have to basically re-sign up again. It doesn't take a long time. It's just the main thing is the form that you have to fill out in order to prove residency or prove you work in the area. It says it's not a registration. It is not a registration. What isn't a registration? The Facebook or the clerk link? The Facebook. Okay, hang on. Hey, Ceci?
Yes.
Do you have a link to the Facebook event? Because I'm told as I read through the chat that there is no link to register.
I just read, it said, the event is free and open to the public and will be live streamed on Facebook and Zoom. Would you like one of your questions asked? Submit your question for the candidates here. And that's the bit.ly that I included. Oh, I conflated two things. And then it says, are you a candidate and would like to participate? Register here. So I conflated those two comments. So one is just questions, and I assume that candidates are already registered to attend.
Okay, we have one more question, and you are unmuted.
Hi, yeah, my name is Kevin. I'm actually a candidate, and there's no information available on how to actually participate. The Facebook link just goes to a Google form. There's no registration. There's no publicly available link yet, so I'm not really sure how to share it with people. There's no information on how the questions are being selected or what the format is or who's doing that. And then when we asked, like, how do we get information about tomorrow, Patti wouldn't even give a name. So I'm very confused about the process and who we can contact with questions.
Well, do you feel comfortable reaching out through the Facebook link on that?
So the discussion is closed off on it, so you can't ask a question that way. I put a comment on a post, but I haven't heard anything, so.
Well, I can only imagine that since most of the candidates, if not all, will be participating, they would welcome participation. So
but there's no information on how to actually participate, including me as a candidate. I have no information, so I don't quite understand how it's working or who is organizing this or how.
So duly noted. I will reach out to Ceci. I think she's still on the call, and anybody else who's taken an interest in this, and I'm sure we can make that known. And by tomorrow, since it's tomorrow night at 6, there's some time left. I'm assuming you've allotted the time to participate, so hopefully it'll be some clarification for you on how to ask questions, how to participate, how to log in before tomorrow night at 6.
I mean, I would hope so, but if this is an official DLANC event, the public should have more than a couple hours notice. We should probably give them 72 hours like the Brown Act requires.
It is an official DLANC event?
Yes, as far as I'm aware, that's what it says.
I got the feeling that it was not, but I don't know for sure.
Well, I mean, it's posted by DLANC on Facebook. It's by their official page, so I think so.
Okay. Well, I guess the only thing to do is communicate.
But with whom? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Patti wouldn't give any information. She, was talking about how it wouldn't be appropriate. So I'm just confused.
Well, yeah, it sounds like she's not hosting the event, and it doesn't sound like anyone's taken ownership of it that I know of.
So who's creating the invite? I mean, who can we get in touch with? I mean, surely there's someone. I know Patti said it wasn't her, but she must know who they delegated that to if this is an official DLANC event.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, when you go to the Facebook where it's posted and you post a comment, no, you're not able to post a comment? Or
I can post a comment. There's a discussion section which is closed off for questions.
Is it closed off for comments?
Or for comments, I guess. But there's no way to actually communicate besides putting a comment on the event invite. Which,
oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, Ceci, if you're able to communicate that back to the folks that are participating, I know you've been asking questions and participating, so maybe you can take that information back and they can post something that's more detailed for everyone to participate.
I am a bystander here, so I'm reading the page and it says direct link coming soon. So yeah, it's not clear. So I assume that they're going to do a live event on this 2021 DLANC Virtual Candidate Forum page, but it is not clear.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely inappropriate if this is a DLANC official event and public doesn't actually have ample notice beforehand. That's really not okay.
Yeah, it's not clear.
Someone in the chat said we clean up the fires.
Okay. So I don't, let me see if I don't have his DLANC. I guess Marcus Lovingood is the election committee chair. Okay. So did you guys, as the candidates, know who the election committee chair was?
There's been no communication at all, so.
So you didn't know?
No.
Okay. All right, so let me see if I can get his contact information and put it in, if you guys want to hang on. I don't have his downtown neighborhood council, but I know that he is also involved with something called Broadway West, so I can put
Yeah, because
that.
I know as candidates, D-Link gets all of our information, so they have it. They just haven't contacted us. So if they're the ones hosting the candidate forum, usually the host would contact the invitees, which would be.
And again,
all the
I'm giving you
candidates.
his contact information because he's the election committee chair. I don't know who's actually in charge of the event. So at least you have a way to contact him and find out some more details. Like I said, you at least were, 23 hours out. So there'll be some notice as far as the details of how to log on if you've if you've allotted the time to participate. And we just wanted to make sure that as a community business, that we offered the opportunity for people to have more information about the elections and participate at least in the voting, if not the candidate forum.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Thank you for that. Okay, so the neighborhood council, his contact email is there.
Thank you.
Sure. Great. Well, if there's nothing else for us tonight, oh wait, I didn't lower your hand. Do you have any more questions, Kevin?
No, that's all right. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Well, everybody, I hope, you'll participate tomorrow night, and thank you so much for being here tonight. And if you don't think about a question now or anything you want to say,